Welcome back, and joining us for a look at the day's markets action is Odwa Magwentshu from Trive Investments. Thank you so much for your time, Odwa. It's been quite a choppy week, but it's nice to see the JSE back in a green territory there, with significant gains, and quite interesting to see the platinum stocks up so much. At some point I saw that Sibanye was up more than 10%. What did you make of how investors were positioning themselves in today's trading session?
It was very interesting, especially the Sibanye jump. I think it's also, if given the price that Sibanye is at, it could be people finding a bottom there that increased that. However, if you look at also the underlying commodities such as platinum and palladium, they have also been having a very good day today, up more than 3%. So that could also be the reasoning behind that.
All right. Well, something obviously that we look closely at is the data coming out of the U.S. labor market. We do have the Fed minutes from its last meeting today, but of course that is looking backwards and we want to look forward. So we did have the ADP private payrolls there growing less than expected, but also looking at the weekly jobless claims showing the same signal of a softening labor market where they grew more than expected. What did you make of that, and obviously maybe what we could see on Friday from the non-farm payrolls as well?
As you said there, it was not as anticipated. It did come out softer. We could be seeing a cooling in the market. If you look back at the previous job numbers that came out, they were quite aggressive. So I think that this could be the indication for what's to come on Friday. However, it's been all over the place in terms of the jobs numbers coming out. Inflation did cool off quite a bit, but not too much. Therefore, meaning with today in anticipation, we could be seeing not as hawkish of a sentiment coming out of the minutes.
Yeah, well, we've had our elections here and our election overhang and risks, seeming that is kind of being worked out of the system. But in Europe, not the same, because we do have UK elections taking place tomorrow. And in France, the second round of those snap elections are coming through. And it seems that markets are expecting a change over there as well in terms of who governs the countries, but seeming that there isn't any panic.
Let's start with the UK first and foremost. The UK has been going through a very, put it lightly, terrible season for the past, let's say, 10 years. And so what's now happening is that people are looking for change, and that's why businesses aren't really panicking. So the markets are liking that, what's happening. The matter that's going to be interesting is the lead that the Labour Party is going to have going into this. The nice thing is there aren't any skeletons or anything that's come out from the Labour Party as yet, besides that the potential Prime Minister isn't too loud or, it's not a Boris Johnson again. So I think the markets are loving that. In terms of then the France snap elections, I think that that's also coming into the markets right now, is that we are anticipating a change in power, and it could be it's sounding like a very conservative change in power that's going to come into play, and that could see then pro-France type of policies coming into play, which then would also favor the markets in that sense.
All right, let's reel it back in and take a look at some of the, I think one of the biggest company news that came out today, Bidvest. It was a very quiet day there on the company news front. Firstly, Bidvest saying that it is acquiring a hygiene products and services company, Citron Hygiene, headquartered in Canada, but has operations in Canada, US, and the UK. Does this underpin Bidvest's runway for growth?
It does seem like it. They do have a very big market, especially in Canada and the United States. It mainly increases the international reach that the business has, and and also then going into hospitality and the other sectors that the company already works in. So that does sound like a very profitable company to have in the business's portfolio, given how dominant they are in South Africa as well at the moment.
Well, another announcement on the other side of the spectrum. spectrum was a disposal, saying that they're basically disposing of their financial services division. They're selling Fin Global and Bidvest Bank and taking the vehicle insurance part into the automotive division that they do have there. Was this a strategic outlier?
I think so. It's an interesting move to see, at least, because the banking sector, banking business or the financial business is actually doing well.
Yeah.
So it's not that the company, that sector is doing very badly. I think what they're trying to do is generate some cash. They are sitting currently on around 23 billion in net debt. So I think in terms of alleviating that, the sale of this business will help with the debt. And obviously with this acquisition, they're also saying that they're looking for the end of the year. If these two align perfectly, then it will be a good business deal on that front.
All right. Well, Odwa, let's get to your stock pick for today. What are you picking?
Today I'm picking multi-choice. Reason being is that the share price is at a discount of what the business is actually selling for at 125 rands. So I mean, right now it is at a discount, despite them having some questionable results recently.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your insights on what has been moving investors' money today. That was Odwa Magwentshu from Trive Investments.